Bruce sees it all.
Where's the moon tonight? There ain't no brightness in the sky. Well, I was up this morning, didn't see no sun, didn't see no light. Well, I know it must be something, and that something isn't right. Where did the people go? I don't think anybody really knows. What's the problem? The number's really low. They stop to grow. And even though not a soul may know it's happening now, I see it too. Where's the moon tonight? There ain't no brightness in the sky. Well, I was up this morning, didn't see no sun, didn't see no light. Well, I know it must be something, and that something isn't right. It's been since the end of 2022. I have not seen the sun more than twice. Don't ask me why I stuck that in there. You see the line connected to a square shape? Doesn't mean it's a building, but there's a square shape. It could also be surface areas that are cut out. Notice the minute details like the lines going to that box-like object. Those little lines that are hard to see, they're not impossible to see. That's why I slowed it down a lot. Basically, every crater on the left here, because it's in the Terminator line, you can see a lot of things happening, a lot of detail. Look closely. Again, doesn't always mean it's a building. Even the ones that are building-like doesn't mean they're buildings. They could be machinery. I mean, people tell me, hey, it's a UFO. Yeah, it could possibly be that too, right? The entire moon itself. If they're inside of the moon, you'd see some lines coming up outside of the inside of the moon for sure. And we're looking here without any filter. It's just, straight up proof. More blues? No. The moon. If you had superpowers and eyes like me, you would see on top of each line that you're seeing, reaching or crossing or connecting or longing the crater, has little sphere-like objects, just like a bath chain, metallic bath chain with all the little circles and the lines connecting everything. I want you to remember what I said and notice and look every time you do see a line on the ground long enough, and you'll notice it's really a series of structures, dome-shaped objects that are connected all together. I'm sure there's still lots of my research that probably a lot of you, even the ones here for a while, have not seen. Obviously, I have many videos, and I caught many things, along with possibly methane gas on the moon. We're going to look at some interesting things, a lot of variation. Yes, a lot of variation in this video. It's not just lights on the moon that I'm getting, right? Eratosthenes crater, that's what we're looking at. Let's take our time, zoom into Eratosthenes crater. It's at the end of the highest elevation points on the moon. The Apennine Mountains. You could see that Eratosthenes is just at the end of that mountain. And I'm going to show you the surface there. You can do all the comparison you want by comparing all the images. So with my 14-inch telescope, let's get in beyond close. I don't know if you have any idea that with a 14-inch telescope, I was able to go get something that a 30, 40-inch telescope would be able to zoom into. I'm not kidding. Take a look at a 43-inch telescope, the videos they post of the moon. Go see how small the craters are. So if we talk about methane gas, listen, in theory, they just found, not in theory actually, Mars, they found methane gas to be in the atmosphere of Mars. They were talking about this just a few days ago, actually. Lots to see, guys. Lots of construction, lots of things to see. Aside from UFOs, what people call UFOs or UAPs now on the moon, there's another type of creature. I don't know what to call it. UFOs look like they are alive. They are alive. But first, and we'll get into that right after this. Let's go to sinus iridum at the end, the promontorium. Even though the trolls say that I've always hid the coordinates, no, 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 no. They're hiding me. No coordinates are hidden, just me. You see all those lines there? If I convert the image quite simply, I think everybody knows what a conversion is by now. It's a negative image, right? I have added some green color in that. And the green color shows us the difference of the structures and differentiates the geometrical shapes from the surface itself. Just below Copernicus crater, they're hauling water or something. They're creating energy. There's many different industrial-like setups on the moon for sure. But see this line going by these bases and constructed objects? That's the big secret, guys. It's that simple. The reflectivity of the surface is making it hard for us to decipher the difference, to distinguish the differences between these high elevated structures, by the way, because they're really high up off the surface. But there's an optical illusion showing us that things are lying down. But as for the craters, you can see some smoke in Archimedes crater here already. Massive plumes of clouds inside the crater, but also lights inside of the crater of Archimedes. But beside Archimedes, we see objects going by, and check it out. Debris or not, whatever it may be, I showed you that it's traveling through the atmosphere, whether it be methane clouds or gas or regular clouds, and it's raining, who knows, but they're still there. And for sure, it's something that NASA has always held from us. They've never showed us this. Why do you think they look at things from far and in black and white? And here, a completely different field to do this research. We're going to need some animal professionals and creature professionals here in the fields of what, right? It's a creature on the moon. It's not debris, because debris doesn't fly around like a bird, right? And if you tell me it's a bird, well, I'm okay with that, because I'd be the first person to see a giant pterodactyl-like bird on the moon. Why do I say giant? Because these objects are not small. That's for sure. Bianchini crater, 30 to 43 kilometers west of it. What is over top, overlaying the structures? It's a blurry substance, element, whatever it may be. Even looks like little constructed objects that are scattered all over the top of these structures. One, were they hiding the structures? Or were they digging out the surface of the moon and just quite simply laying the dirt around? You're not going to tell me that they're digging the entire moon out and that they're going to leave with the dirt in UFOs. I wouldn't put it by them, but in general, I don't think that's what's happening. Bianchini crater with the arrow right there on top. Look it up yourself. Also, look up the size of Bianchini crater. You're going to say, what the hell? It's as big as a pea. NASA shows certain craters, most of the craters that NASA shows, they show them far away. You can see here with the converted image, all the construction. Isn't it incredible? That's the secret, everybody, I assure you. A lot of dugout regions, so they have to put the dirt somewhere, for sure, right? So they're laying all this dirt out over the surface, and at the same time, it hides some of the structures, and they're able to, cut the corners off of them, you understand? By overlaying this dirt over top of them, I'm almost pretty sure. And when you look at it, you could tell that all over, I repeat, all over the surface of the moon, there are these patches that are everywhere. Some of these areas even look like forests, actually. It's become ridiculous with the quantity of sightings that I've seen on the moon. Obviously, I hope some of you understand it's because I have the right technique. And the technique is, well, I'm using technique to make it a big word, I think, because in general, I just open my freaking eyes. They're there. They're all over the surface, even though I don't know what they are. Now, let's talk about something that's out of this world. Watch this. A UFO or something lights up. But at the same time, yeah, if you have good eyes, you saw it. On the bottom, another light lit up and smoke to the left, but simultaneously. A light system. 217, I've been trying to show these things to people. More findings. Now watch what happens when in the big circle, the white light lights up. You see smoke appearing on the extremities in both of the other odd shapes, one odd shaped circle on the bottom and the other one on the right. There's no two ways about it. I've even shown the red light, flashing light, blinking light that some of the astronauts supposedly declared having seen on the moon. Pretty sure some of these astronauts are traumatized if some of them went to the moon. They were threatened. They were told that their families would die. They were probably given large quantities of money to risk their lives. How many astronauts have risked their lives and have died, and that the families have had to shut their mouths about it? So do you think this is a UFO that we're looking at? This is something going into a crater, like literally into a crater. It looks like a bloody jellyfish in the ocean. There's other lights under the hazes. So the big secret, everybody, after I've proven it many a times, this thick, dense smoke or haze on the surface of the moon is what is stopping us from seeing the real surface. Like somebody looking at Earth, approaching Earth, would say, well, it's just this white ball with nothing on it. But then you plunge into the depths of these clouds, and sometimes the clouds are less thick, less dense, but there is a movement of the clouds. I've even talked about what directions the clouds are moving. There's a current, it could be air. Well, just my belief on the moon. Thanks a lot, everybody. Talk to you in the comment section. Margaret Leach, Leon Sykes, Kenneth Kovich, Dale Adamson. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for the generous contributions on myevent.com. Says, thanks, Bruce. And this is from Valium Adamo on YouTube, the Valium Adamo YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Dale. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are landing on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon.